Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Ojama Yugioh deck profile for December 2019. Been wanting to do an update to the Ojama deck for quite some time now. This is the pure version of the Ojamas, not using the Armed Dragon or the XYZ support. I'll probably end up doing a deck profile update to that a little later on, maybe either this month, or we'll see how many of you request an update to that deck. It's just been a while since I've done a pure Ojama update, and I got very excited with the release of the new set coming out in March. We'll be getting a bunch of new Link monsters. I'm hoping Ojama Emperor is one of those cards. If we do, I'll definitely do an update to this deck. Post that once we get that new Link monster, because it definitely does help with the Ojama deck overall, but it's very fun. The whole point of this deck is to just spam out all the different Ojama monsters we have available to us, and also to use the different fusion plays to go into Ojama King, and all the different Ojama spells we have at our arsenal as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for the Ojama monsters, I run 3 Ojama Yellow. This card, Ojama Black, and Ojama Green are all basically the same, just different names. So I run 3 Ojama Yellow, 3 Ojama Black, and 3 Ojama Green. I went max on all the numbers since they're searchable. Very easy to summon out with cards like Ojama Red. Also, just being able to reuse them from the graveyard gives you excellent link play. If you have all of them for Ojama King, going into your fusion play for Ojama King, or even using 2 of them for Ojama Knight. Very, very useful to run all 3. You also have the Link Spider play if you open up multiples of this card in your hand and you don't have any other special summon options for those cards, but it's the Ojama deck going pure power with nothing else in the arsenal for the cards. Other cards like Ojama Country can help to power up these cards also, so you have all these options available to you with these cards, running 3 of each for full maximum power for yellow, black, and green. For the added support for the Ojama monsters, I also run 3 Ojama Red. With this one, when it's normal summon, you can special summon up to 4 Ojama monsters from your hand in attack position. This is just a great way to spam out all the different Ojama monsters, and you can easily search these cards out with cards like Ojama Magic or Ojama Blue to load up your hand with all the different ones. So all you have to do is normal summon Ojama Red, which should be your normal summon most of the time, since this card is also very searchable in the deck, depending on what you can use to add it into your hand. But going for the link plays is the main play I love with this card, just having the option to summon out some of our big boss monsters as well, including Yugioh, which then we can use to recycle other cards into the deck to reuse, just having make sure the obviously different named Ojamas. But if you have the same Ojama names, like let's say you have 2 yellow on the field and then the 1 green and the 1 red, you can obviously just use one of the Ojamas to go into the Link Spider, and then that is your play right there to go into Yugioh to draw cards and just sift through the deck a little quicker than you could with some of the other cards. And then for the last of the monsters, I want to go pure Ojama as I could with the monsters. I run 3 Ojama Blue. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 Ojama cards from your deck to your hand. This can include Ojama Muscle. I don't have Ojama Muscle in the deck, but I can show what card I would take out for it if you wanted to run 1 copy of that card, just because we do run Ojama King in the deck as well. But with Ojama Blue, it searches out Ojama Magic, Ojama Delta Hurricane, any of the Ojama monsters, just simply by having your opponent attack this card and destroying it by battle, or even if you have this card and you attack into one of your opponent's monsters, destroying it by battle, it gives you that option for any of the search you need with those cards. And it's not a once per turn either, so if you have multiple Ojama Blues on the field, you have that search to go off as well, once again consistently using this card. And that's it for the monsters. Like I said, I wanted to stick to as pure of an Ojama power that I could with the deck, so I just went with play sets on all the Ojamas. They do really run well together, depending on what Ojamas you go into, but we do also rely on a good amount of these spells and traps to just keep the consistency for our plays. For these spells, I run 3 Ojama Country. With this one, once per turn, you can send 1 Ojama card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon 1 Ojama monster from your graveyard while you control a face-up Ojama monster. Switch the original attack and defense of all monsters on the field. You can really take out a good amount of your opponent's cards. The one thing that's not affected by Ojama Country, obviously, is your opponent's Link monsters, but still being able to give your power to the Ojamas a good power boost as well. Even Ojama King, switching his attack and defense, making him a 3,000 attack point monster, and just giving you more and more options to special summon out cards like Blue if you open up any of the other ones in your hand. Like if you have Ojama Black and Blue is in your graveyard, you can discard Black to special summon Blue onto the field, which is much more usable if you're going for a more more defensive play against your opponent. One thing that does stink is that red has to be normal summoned. If you could special summon and special more, it would just be an insane combo with the Ojama country on the field as well. So very, very useful there as well. I also run the one terraforming just as an added search for your Ojama cards onto the field, just giving you an extra search for that card. We only have one of this card, but I do have one more trap card to help with the search for the Ojama countries, so very, very useful there as well, just for that easy special summon. I also run 2 Ojama Magic with this one. When this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, add one of each Ojama Green, Ojama Yellow, and Ojama Black from your deck to your hand. So with these cards, you just have the guaranteed search for those cards. So I have some other spell cards, which we'll get to in just a second. For these cards, just giving you that search. It's a mandatory search as well, as long as you have the targets. That's also why I decided to max out all of the different ones, so just being able to add all 3 of the Ojama brothers to your hand with Ojama Magic for that search definitely does come in handy, and you always want to have the searches. With cards like Saryuja, you have the options to shuffle them back into the deck by putting them on the bottom and drawing new cards, so you can put them back to reuse with cards like Ojama Magic as well. And I also run 1 Ojama Delta Hurricane. You can only activate this while Ojama Green, Ojama Yellow, and Ojama Black are face up on your side of the field. Destroy all cards on your opponent's side of the field. So just a great way to destroy those cards. Ojama Delta Hurricane is also searchable with the Ojama Magic option. For having them 3 in your hand, you're able to search it with Ojama Blue. So very, very useful there. It's why I only run 1. It gets kind of cloggy otherwise, and that destruction play should be the only time you go for it. And when you have Ojama Country on the field, switching the attack, being able to hit for big numbers with your 3 Ojama brothers or even Ojama King can really do a big number on your opponent's life points as well once their whole board is cleared. And for the additional power of the field spells, I run 1 Fusion Recycling Plant, just another terraforming option if the Ojama country isn't going so well for the attack switch. Giving this option to discard 1 card to add a polymerization from your deck to your hand can make you go for your Ojama fusion plays much, much faster. And being able to recycle some of the monsters that was used for the fusion play as well is very, very useful also. And to use with the Fusion Recycling Plant, just 2 polymerizations. You have options to search out the field spell. I found 2 was really all you need since we only have the 2 fusion targets in the extra deck as well to go into. And I also run 2 Painful Decision. You just send 1 level 4 lower normal monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, add 1 card with the same name as that card from your deck to your hand. You go and activate 1 Painful Decision per turn. It works well since you do need an Ojama target in the graveyard to use with Ojama Country, so being able to set this up with the search and then get the special summon off to put an Ojama on the field in defense definitely does come in handy. Also, just needing the 2 as the search, I felt that was really all you need, just for a little more sifting of the deck to go into some other cards. Another big one is Hand Destruction. I like to run 3 of this card. It just helps to get more and more useful cards in your hand. This is also the card I use to send Ojama Magic to the graveyard, because what you do is each player sends 2 cards from their hand to the graveyard. So when it's sent from the hand or field, you'll get the search regardless after the search, since it is a mandatory search off of Ojama Magic as well. So you'll get the draw 2 and then the search, putting plenty of Ojama monsters to use in your hand, and hopefully some better cards to use also if you have some cards that are not as useful in your hand as well. And placing plenty of the Ojama Yellow, Ojama Black, and Ojama Green in the graveyard, I run 2 Tri-White. I thought of this over Dark Factory of Mass Production just for the fact that, yes, red does come in handy, but Tri-White is just an easy. You target 3 level 2 or lower normal monsters in your graveyard, special summon them from the graveyard, just puts 3 of the Ojamas on the field to use. So if you go for the link play, if you open up with plenty of Ojama monsters to use with your play, you can go into Ojama Yellow, Link Summon into the Link Spider, and then use that to special summon another one out onto the field. And then you can just build up your play from there and there to go into your different plays to go into. And then special summoning back resources back onto the field with Tri-White is very, very useful also. And I run 2 Foolish Burial Goods. This sets up the next trap, which we'll go into in just a bit. So very, very useful as well with this. And the 1 Monster Reborn, just special summon resources back onto the field for those plays is the one I definitely like to rely on. That's it for the spells. Moving on to the traps, I run 3 Ojama Duo. This one very, very strong with the Foolish Burial Goods. It's the card I target with Foolish Burial Goods because with it, you special summon 2 Ojama tokens to your opponent's field and defense. These tokens cannot be tributed or tribute summoned, and each time one is destroyed, its controller takes 300 points of damage. I use it mostly for the second effect. During either player's turn, except the turn it was sent from the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon 2 Ojama monsters with different card names from your deck. So with this, you set up with Foolish Burial Goods, come your opponent's turn, you can banish it during their turn. Special summon out 2 Ojamas. I usually like to go for blue since it gives you the search, so you get 1 blue, and then you can just have 1 generic Ojama as well. 2 summon out since they have to be different names. You can summon red, but you just won't get the summon, which is why I don't like to use that. I like to just rely on the search for red as well. So just going off of that for these cards definitely does come in handy. If you didn't want to run 3 Ojama Duos, you can drop 1 for Oja Muscle as well, if you just wanted that 1 spot as well for that. Or you can bump up the number of Super Team Buddy Force Unite that I run in the deck. Also, you target 1 face-up monster on the field, special summon 1 monster from your hand or graveyard with the same original type as that monster, but with a different original name. And if this card is in its owner's spell trap card zone destroyed by an opponent's card, you can set 1 Super Team Buddy Force Unite directly from your deck. Now, this is the one that if you didn't want to run Oja Muscle, you can split up the numbers for these. It's just another easy shift. I don't really rely on the destruction effect as much, but you can go 2 and 2 with Ojama Duo and Super Buddy Force Unite if you wish for those numbered combo ratios also. And lastly, just the 1 metaverse to search for either the Fusion Recycling Plant or the Ojama Country, depending on what you need for that field spell search. Definitely does come in handy. And for the extra deck, I run the 1 Ojama Knight and the 1 Ojama King. They both take up your opponent's monster zones, being able to be unused with these cards. You can use them for the fusion plays as well. You need 1 Ojama monster and excuse me, another Ojama monster, 4 Ojama Knight. You can even use red or blue for those, but for King you do need yellow, black, and green, which is very easy to search out with cards like Oja Magic, or just special summon back onto the field with cards like Ojama Country. And for the Link monsters, I run 2 Link Spider, just easy special summon of your Ojama monsters onto the field as well. Plus, if you open up too many of the same name for Saryuja play, you can rely on going into a Link Spider as well. And also 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Hit Potion Engen, 1 Security Dragon. Actually, I ran the 2 Hit Potion Engen. I mixed up the extra deck while I was going with the Link Spider play from earlier, but you do run the 2 Hit Potion Engen for the search for all of the other cards. I also run the 1 Barricade Board Blocker for the field spell search, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and the 1 Saryuja for the draw play, which definitely does help, like I said, to recycle your Ojama monsters. And then for the Exceed monsters, I run 1 Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin and 1 number 64 Ronin Raccoon Asanda. You're just needing the beast monsters, which the Ojama monsters are, helps for the overlay to go into the token, which can either help for resources or just having a boss monster on the field with the strongest attack as the token. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Definitely a fun deck for sure. Definitely excited. Hopefully we'll be getting the Link monster soon with that pack. Same one that has Needle Fiber and all the other different Link monsters. So look forward to that. But until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Twig out.